With Kai Garcia, these are our top stories. PMFTC intensifies fight against mighty corporation through newspaper advertorials. PMFTC President Paul Riley thanks employees for joining the campaign against mighty corporations' illicit activities. Senate report boosts allegations of mighty's fraudulent practices. PMI unveils IQOS in Nagoya and Milan. PMI rolls out 7 key behaviors. PMFTC raises prices of fortune as management calls on employees to help in the price stability campaign. Senior PMI executives visit $13 million PMFTC facility in Claveria, Misamis Oriental. Embrace Corporate Social Responsibility Program wins 2 international awards. PMFTC has heightened its media campaign against mighty corporation to raise public awareness of the company's questionable business practices and press for appropriate government action. The media campaign involves the placement of advertorials in the country's leading national dailies and tabloids. The full-page ads exposed mighty's fraudulent trade practices, which include continuous misdeclaration of its domestic cigarette production to avoid taxes. PMFTC President Paul Riley said the company will continue its crusade against mighty until the government has finally addressed the situation. Clear and credible pieces of evidence are now public, which support our strong suspicion that mighty continues to cheat the government and the Filipino people by not paying the correct duties and taxes. I am sure that at the end of the day, the requisite actions will be taken by the government to fully and finally address this. It's just a matter of time, Paul said in his What's Up update to employees. Paul thanked the employees for joining the fight against mighty. The employees shared the advertorials in their social media accounts, particularly Facebook, to help spread the facts. Paul said no less than a government study gave credence to PMFTC's suspicion that mighty is engaging in fraudulent business activities. The Senate Tax Study and Research Office, or STSRO report, contained evidence that highlights systematic and endemic fraud committed by mighty, according to Paul. Citing the STSRO report, Senators Juan Edgardo Angara and Antonio Trillanes IV and Representative Lea Paquiz of Ang NAR's party list have asked Bureau of Internal Revenue Commissioner Kim Henares to speed up the investigation of mighty's illicit trade practices. In other news, PMI made history in Nagoya, Japan and Milan, Italy with the first commercial launch of IQOS, one of the products in its portfolio of potentially reduced risk products or RRPs and Marlboro heat sticks. In a statement, PMI CEO Andre Calantzopoulos said, "This has the potential to be the biggest revolution in not only our industry but in consumer goods products. Because if, as I believe, we can demonstrate substantial reduction of individual risk and population risk, then we really revolutionize our category. I think that can be a major paradigm shift for the industry, definitely for our company, but also for the adult smokers and the public health authorities." The IQOS is a battery-operated system device that heats without burning small tubes of tobacco called heat sticks. Such devices have the potential to be less harmful than traditional cigarettes. Still on PMI, the world's largest tobacco company has identified the 7 new behaviors that are necessary to achieve business goals. The new PMI behaviors are learning, collaboration, entrepreneurship, agility, communication, impact, and leading. PMFTC President Paul Riley rolled out the new PMI behaviors recently to select employees who are now called behavior champions, who will help the management in the cascade across the company. Paul urged the employees to fully embrace the new PMI behaviors and bring them to life, saying these are critical lever of the company's success. Back to local news, PMFTC has raised the new recommended retail selling price for Fortune at 2 pesos per stick. PMFTC Sales and Distribution Director Alex Reich stressed the need to ensure that Marlboro and Fortune are sold at the recommended retail selling price. He cited the sales team's massive price awareness campaign in sari-sari stores, which involves putting up 70,000 shop signs and 500,000 point of sales with Marlboro and Fortune visuals and providing incentive programs for the store owners.
We wanted to price into the better seasonality and before the new tax will take place and support all of these pricing initiatives with a lot of activities and promotions to ensure that we actually secure those price points which are really, really critical. So you will see we're campaigning for Marlboro at 3 and Fortune at 2.
PMI officials led by Senior Vice President for Operations Antonio Marquez recently visited PMFTC's $13 million facility in Claveria, Misamis Oriental. Joining Marquez and checking on the tobacco buying and curing facility's progress were PMI EHS NS and Operations Planning Director Enrique Llamas and PM Asia VP for Operations Nicolas Floros, among others. Antonio lauded the initiatives and accomplishments of PMFTC operations team in the commercialization of Project Tabuk, which provides for continuous tobacco production all year round. The PMI delegation also visited PMFTC factories in Batangas and Marikina and engaged the people at the production floor. More and more international award-giving bodies are recognizing PMFTC's Embrace Corporate Social Responsibility program. Recently, the Asian Confederation of Businesses in Dubai conferred the 2014 Environmental Leadership Award to PMFTC, this time for its program for the tobacco farmers entitled Capacity Building through Support for Tobacco Farmer Cooperatives to achieve fuelwood sustainability. Meanwhile, the organizers of the World Corporate Social Responsibility Day and the World CSR Congress bestowed upon PMFTC the 2014 Global CSR Excellence and Leadership Award in recognition of the company's excellent execution and leadership in implementing CSR programs. PMFTC was invited to attend the World CSR Congress on February 17 and 18, 2015 in Mumbai, India to receive the award. External Affairs Director Bayan Elero was also invited as guest speaker. The amount of recognition Embrace has been receiving internationally is a true testament that PMFTC is really making a big difference in the communities where we operate. ALA's recognition is indeed another feather on our caps, but also a source of inspiration. We will continue to find better ways how we can make a difference in the lives of our vulnerable stakeholders, Bayan said. Those are our headlines. I'm Kai Garcia. Thank you for watching. Until the next episode of PMTV Biz News.